kind of staying there in the emergency lane. I'm always kind of curious how the officers handle that. It does look like they are just basically following along. When that driver's using the emergency lanes, the Southgate PD just gets right there behind him. Maybe not the same speeds, and of course they are equipped with lights and sirens, and those drivers are probably trained for high-speed driving. So huge plus for the law enforcement, maybe not so much for that driver. This continues and just keeps kind of going, using the Gore point right there as we're getting off of passing another off-ramp, which I think is going to be Paramount Boulevard. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was Paramount as we're continuing eastbound here on the 91 freeway. This chase continues. Domestic violence. You got a male driver, female passenger, and speed's picking up as he's trying to weave in and out of some, let's just say, normal traffic out here for the 91 freeway in the Long Beach area. Yeah. Whoop. He did. He did. He did. And not a good choice at all. Very, very packed up here. I don't like to see them like try to squeeze through there. But the lights and sirens for the officers' vehicles is basically clearing. The light might have changed as well. But you can see these cars trying to get out of the way. A little bit of gridlock out there, and maybe trying to push their way through a red light. Making a turn right here. We're going to be in the Bellflower area, as everybody can see. And just made a turn there. It looks like we're going to be going under the freeway, so it looks like we're going to be going northbound. It's bad choices all around. More traffic right there. Going to see if he pops out. There he is. But maybe back onto the freeway, or no. Looks like we're going to be staying on the streets out here. And we're going to be on Lakewood Boulevard. Again, you just kind of wondered if this guy has a destination or some sort of plan, or if he's just basically just taking any off-ramp or just making these decisions haphazardly. I haven't seen him hit anything before that, and it looks like you've got some damage there on the front. I'm sure, even though that fence was a temporary fence, it definitely has some weight to it, and probably did create some damage, but not enough to bring the vehicle to a stop. You can see that driver very engaged in conversation. Let's just leave it at that, and maybe should be looking out towards what's going on in front of him, and maybe not so much trying to make eye contact during the conversation with the passenger. Speeds, but again, it's still faster than we've seen, that's for sure. Definitely not 25, we're about 45, almost 50 at some point. Coming up on another very busy intersection, but green light again. And using the shoulder right there, but making his way back into traffic. Now we have at least we have a solid center divider with some trees in it. So hopefully he won't try to jump the center divider there. But this is continuing on. We're going to be in the Bellflower area on Lakewood Boulevard, and looks like we are heading. I'm just looking out the window again, northbound as this continues on. Well, I can't tell you. I would assume it is. It's definitely Southgate. There's no doubt about that. I should have grabbed that number, that unit number right there, the 141, when we started. But still kind of doing that same type of business. The first time we've seen a turn, and it looks like we're going to be on Rosecrans Boulevard. So Rosecrans, but we're still in the Bellflower area. And this pick right now looks to be a little bit wider. Sorry if I keep zooming in and zooming out. I just want to see what the traffic looks like out front, but it definitely much less traffic on this one. Southgate PD still the ones behind them, and the helicopter going to be the sheriff's ship still up above, making the calls, keeping the units on the ground and other law enforcement, because out here in Bellflower, I believe they have sheriff's department. So, oops, that was a close one. So they are basically telling the other law enforcement in the area what's going on, just in case this comes to an end. I'm sure that the local law enforcement will definitely show up at that termination of this chase. He is Rosecrans, and we're still in Bellflower, and I'm looking out the window. I don't see the Lakewood Mall anywhere nearby, so I'm just trying to get my bearings. Sorry about that. I've been so focused on just the camera. Crossing Bellflower, that was Bellflower Boulevard right there. So it's continuing on, and he is speeding up. There's no doubt about that. I just heard he's going about 60, and I agree with that. He's going about 60 miles an hour right now, or was. He's slowing down a little bit. Yep, definitely the 605 definitely coming up, and it's moving up close. We got some cars in the center divider. Now on the wrong side of the road again. Just going a little bit wider just to see what traffic looks like up ahead. It looks like the light just turned green for the arrow for the left turns, and kind of pushing his way through and continuing on. We're getting closer and closer to that 605, that's for sure. And also, sadly to say, we'll always be safe. Don't ever think that, but also concerned about our own fuel as well. Yeah. We're in Bellflower. We're on Rosecrans. We're approaching the 605. I'm just kind of wondering what was going on there. It looked like there was some activity with the driver once again. It's got some trees in the way, of course, and then still weaving in and out. We haven't hit the 605 yet, but we are getting a little bit closer. It's just about to go under the freeway, but definitely a little bit more agitated, the driver right now. And that's going to be the 605. We'll see if he decides to get on the freeway on the other side. Looks like he was just kind of blocked in right there. I was kind of hoping maybe this thing was coming to an end, but there we go. It was a 605. It was just another vehicle that was in the way, and so we're continuing on. It looks like we're eastbound on Rosecrans, and still making our way underneath the 605, and we're in Norwalk now. It does seem like it's getting, yeah. Definitely involved in some kind of lively conversation, that's for sure. Every time he kind of looks away, though, the speed's not so fast. So, but it doesn't make it any better. This person obviously very agitated behind the wheel of this car, running from officers, obviously in some sort of discussion with the passenger, the female passenger. So it just makes for a little bit more of a tense situation, especially when he comes up to intersections and you kind of look inside and you see his head looking the other way, talking to the passenger. Just getting a little bit wider as we're making our way through some other major intersections out here. Definitely still in the Norwalk area, but this pursuit continues. And Southgate PD, they've been behind it. They haven't made any efforts to pull it over, but my pilot Fulvio sadly kind of giving me the nod that we're going to have to pull off. Yep. Sorry. We've been up for quite a while. I feel horrible. I feel like I let everybody down. I know. I man, I feel horrible. We're thinking Van Nuys. We're going to Long Beach. It's the closest airport.